Astounding! You actually made it through the labyrinth. Please, let us return to the king immediately.
Brilliantly done. You are more than powerful enough to deal on equal terms with the demon world.
Thank you, sir.
But there is another issue. Specifically, the location of the demon world entrance and how to open it. Both are closely guarded secrets, not to be shared freely with just anyone. As a rule, the demon world entrance cannot be opened from this side. One may only open it if coming from the demon world itself. There was once someone foolhardy enough to enter the demon world. He returned, albeit near death. His story revealed exactly how appropriate the term demon world really is. He said it was a truly frightful place, one that he could scarcely believe even existed. Do you still wish to continue?
Yes, sir.
Very well.
Your Majesty, are you saying there's no way whatsoever to open the entrance from this side?
Not as a rule, mind you. There are ways to break that rule, of course. After all, it was people on our side that first established a connection between our world and the demon world.
On our side?
Yes. People call them the Old Race. I'm sure all of you have heard some tales about them. Their real name is the Mua.
The Mua? Is that the same Mua as the name of the kingdom?
Legend has it they named the land they were created on after themselves. To put it another way, they first lived in the area now known as the Muon Kingdom.
So they called themselves the Mua from the very beginning?
Correct. Another legend says the Mua did not grow from children, but appeared on the land as fully grown adults. They were incarnated by the will of the gods, taking up the name given to them.
So they just appeared one day? That can't actually be true.
The Old Race created a secret treasure and used it to open a gate to another world, the demon world.
What did they do that for? It sounds almost like suicide.
Sadly, their motives have not survived in the legends we have today. The treasure they made is known as the Eye of Truth. It is said to be a gem, scarlet in color, about the size of your fist.
The Eye of Truth. They say whoever holds it can look into whatever he wishes.
I am familiar with the rumors, yes. I'm sure there are those who pin their hopes on the Eye of Truth, seeing it as the answer to all their problems. The Mua shared information on the whereabouts of the Eye with the royal houses of 4 kingdoms. That way, no one could get his hands on the treasure unless he learned the total sum of information that all 4 kingdoms received.
So if there ever was some kind of emergency that required the use of the Eye of Truth, you'd need the cooperation of all 4 different kingdoms?
Precisely. And since I have already shared all this with you, I now officially charge you with the top secret duty of finding and procuring the Eye of Truth. Minister, it is time.
Yes, Your Majesty. Here you are.
What's this?
Carry this emblem with you, and meet with the kings of each country. This emblem is proof that you possess the truth about the Eye of Truth. Come back here once you have gathered the information from the other kingdoms. Then, and only then, will I share with you our own nation's secret. I will also grant you this book of techniques. I hope it will aid you in your travels. I wish you the best of luck.
Thank you, sir.
What do you think about what the king had to say, Captain?
I don't know. Those Mua or something, all right.
The people that formed the old race, you mean? They sound a bit like this world's take on Adam and Eve, don't they?
Yeah, I suppose they do.
In a world like this one, where mystical power exists as if it's nothing at all, the existence of gods may not be so strange either. And if you look at it from an Earth perspective, the way that the Mua simply came into being is not much unlike the way we just suddenly appeared in this world. At least that's how people here would see it.
True enough, but then again, this is a place where a demon world actually exists, where monsters exist, for that matter. Wouldn't take a major leap of faith to believe that gods exist, too.
Well, I've lived on Earth all my life, and I've never run into anything like that.
Haha. Yeah, well, neither have I, really.
Well, whenever people in the past encountered something they couldn't understand, they usually labeled it the work of the supernatural. If the event was a good thing, it was the blessings of the gods. If it hurt them, it was the cruel workings of demons and devils.
That's right. That's how concepts such as religion and salvation came about.
Agreed. Earth was no exception. Medieval Europeans used to tell tales of a monster that blinked into existence with a loud rumbling and burned away everything in his path with a flash of blinding light. Can you guess what that monster really was?
What?
Lightning.
Oh.
There's still a staggering amount we don't know about the universe we live in. What did they call it? Symbology? That healing power Millie has? It's a bit astonishing, to be honest. And yet I'm sure there's some way to explain it scientifically.
You really don't believe the king, do you, Elia?
Can you blame me?
Not really, no.
If I just accept all these supernatural beings and phenomena at face value, well, I'd feel like I'm betraying myself a little.
True. We'd never advance as a civilization if we did that. Besides...
Besides what?
If you keep telling yourself that everything is a simple matter of fate, you start feeling like life itself is so trite, somehow.
Are you talking about your wife, Captain?
Yeah.
It was a disease with no known cause, Captain. I know it was a terrible loss for you, but there was nothing modern medical science could have done for her.
Yeah. But you know, what if it turned out the symbology they have here was all they needed to cure her? I'm sure I'd be kicking myself over it for the rest of my life.
Please don't do this to yourself, Captain. Remember the virus that Lazonia unleashed upon planet Rogue? Millie herself told us that symbology couldn't do a thing to keep it from spreading. You can't torture yourself over it your whole life, Captain. But then again, I'm sure telling you that won't help much, will it?
This journey's been an interesting one. If we keep it up, I'm sure I'll find the answer soon enough. But now we should hit the sack.
All right. Good night, Captain.
I'm sorry, Elia.
Morning. Sleep well?
Yes, very.
Do you remember what we're supposed to do now? As long as we're all on the same page.
No need to worry. Our task at hand is to visit the kings of each kingdom, right?
Right. Don't forget to show them the emblem.
Got it. Let's roll out.
That orb you carry, Mavel, where did you obtain it? It is different from any weapon or symbology I've ever seen.
Oh, this?
You are neither Felpool nor Highlander, and I cannot see you as a lycanthrope either.
Oh, that stuff doesn't really matter so much, does it? What good does it do for us to know where she came from? That's what I think. Besides, whatever power she has, isn't it all the better for us that she's on our side instead of the enemy's?
I apologize. I was merely curious.
No, I'm not offended or anything.
Got any identification?
This emblem work for you?
Oh, a Van Kingdom emblem. That works for me, yeah. You may pass.